Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Jeremy Spencer from Five Finger Death Punch, and you're watching Loudwire. It was great. When I initially sent him my first draft, he was reading it and he was like, "I don't know, man. I think that you're onto something here, and you might be able to benefit some people with your story. But if you do kind of release it in this form, you're probably going to be ostracized." So, he kind of agreed to help me with some revisions, and he called me a couple days later, and he was like, "I don't know if I can do this." Because it was pretty graphic and pretty, no parent wants to read about their kid almost dying and, everyone that they've had sex with. So it was probably a bit much for him, but I just said, dude, we'll get through this together. It's cool. And he made it through, so it's okay. We've been friends forever. So now he knows me a little bit better, I guess. Well, they're always very supportive, and they were excited for me. I told my mom not to read it, though, so she hasn't read it yet, and she probably won't. And if she does, I told her, it's on you. I've warned you, because it's pretty graphic, and I know that it will upset her, so I'm hoping she doesn't read it, actually. Well, I started writing it the day I got out of rehab. I basically needed a place to put my energy, and I was kind of feeling raw and vulnerable, and I'd have downtime on the bus, so I started writing. I was like, I'm going to just write my life, and it was very therapeutic. I was able to get some stuff out and kind of deal with stuff and process stuff that I hadn't really dealt with before. So, I just started compiling a lot of words. And yeah, I would ask guys, what happened exactly during this time? But my memory was pretty good. I think I did a fairly good job getting close. And, I'd have to ask my dad a thing or two here and there when I was really young. But, I got pretty close. Absolutely not. No, you never know. I never say never. Right now, my plan is to not do any more writing because I think I've developed wrist cancer from the first time around. But I certainly, am glad the process is done, and I'm glad the book's out. But you never know. Maybe some tour stories will appear at some point. No, I mean, pretty much everyone's talked about it. It takes time, so I would imagine that they can, if they have the time to do it, they can pull it off. I mean, certainly there's a lot of stories, and everyone's story is interesting. It's always cool to see it through somebody's eyes, so I hope they do books. I think it'd be great. No, not at all. I mean, I'm not ashamed, really, of what's happened in the past. I'm not happy about a lot of it, and some of it's actually disgusting. But I had to go through, go on my path and figure stuff out as I went, and it's kind of made me who I am today. I've learned from my lessons and learned the lessons from the stuff I went through, so it's all good. Well, I was a stubborn person. So, and most addicts are, if you try to tell them, hey, don't party, they're just going to run the other way and party even more. You have to figure it out for yourself. All I can say is offer advice, this may happen to you if you do this. This is your choice. I hope you make the one you feel that's right for you. Well, actually, right now we're in the recording studio, coming up with some new material, and after the Volbeat tour, we're planning on going into the studio and finishing up in the winter, and then trying to get something out in late spring, early summer, and then, of course, we'll be touring. We never stop, so always something to do in the Death Punch camp.